is actually another helpful picture of who God is. You think about the sheer power that just exists in a lion, but then when you're able to see the zoo and you see a lion keeper, there's a deep bond that this individual can come and be close and to enjoy being in the presence of this mighty animal. And there's something of that relational connection that is really strong in Leviticus, but whilst being in God's presence can be a great joy and highly personal. Like a lion keeper can know the animal, they need to always respect the power that just resides within the lion. It's like those who are unauthorized to be in a lion's presence are very vulnerable. So we get a picture in Leviticus 8-10 that if you approach God in an unauthorized way, if you fail to respect the patterns that he's set out, that it's a really dangerous place to be in his presence. And so chapter 8 sort of sets Aaron apart as the first priest who's going to be the one who can mediate between the people and God. But we see quickly that there's many failures, and throughout time Aaron's not going to be able to continue to fulfill the role. He himself dies, his descendants eventually die, and so there's this picture that this means that God has set up is only a temporary one, that there are many priests who come in the line of Aaron, but they're only for a season. The role of the priest is that key roles are really important, and so just like someone who's employed to be a lion keeper, they need to understand their role. They need to really understand the animal that they're working with, and they need to be able to comply with the patterns that are established. That we get of Jesus, that he's coming into a line of this priesthood, and then he shows his distinctiveness. That rather than these other priests who were mortal and eventually died, failed to be able to obediently live as God intended them, that they had to offer sacrifices for themselves, he actually lives in perfect obedience to God's will. And so he's able to not just find some other sacrifice to offer on his behalf, but he's able to offer himself as the sacrifice. And I guess Hebrews picks up that this is really important for two aspects, that it allows unholy people to have access to God. Hebrews talks about the idea of Jesus saving us, so he provides the access, but then Jesus also continues to help us to maintain access. See, once we have access, like the priests, we fail in our obedience. Even when we know the right thing to do, we fail to do it. And so Jesus intercedes on our behalf. And so he continues this ongoing role of the permanent high priest, that he's offered this once and for all sacrifice, but then he maintains the role of allowing unholy people to be in the presence of a holy God. And so that's a great security. And it's a great reminder that we need saving and we continue to need intercession, and that Jesus is fully qualified. He's been set apart to do that for us.